It's Wednesday, so it's another typical Wednesday walkthrough. Today we're just gonna do like we normally do. Interview a bunch of techs, see what they're working on. So let's see what we have in the shop going on now. Here's one. Here's a live one here. Hey, bud.
Hi.
Say hi real quick.
Hi.
The mic's about as tall as you. About, yeah.
Perfect height.
What are you working on, man? Tell us what your day looks like.
We got a F-150 here that we're doing some services on. I got a front diff service here that we got to drop the whole front diff down just to be able to have access to it. And then we're doing some brake fluid flush and a transmission service.
So how do you drop the diff down to get access to it then?
I gotta pull all 3 mounting bolts that hold the whole diff up
That allow it to lower.
and then slowly lower it down.
Okay, so
I
just
can get this cover in and out because the rack and pinion is in the way.
okay. So services, so diff. What'd you say? Trans? What'd you say?
Trans service, yep.
Trans service. Okay.
Fluid flush.
Brake fluid flush. Okay, so we're doing a filter service on the trans, I'm assuming.
Yes, sir.
Sweet. Okay, awesome, man. Your day's fun. How you enjoying it? How you liking it so far?
It's good.
Yeah. Sweet. Okay, great, man. What do you have next? Do you know, or is it a surprise?
I think it's a Jeep doing some steering and
Jeeps rock.
alignment.
Steering and alignment. Okay. Sweet.
Might be some other stuff, but
Yeah, love it, man. All right, we'll let you get back to work. All right, it's kind of a little bit of bad blood here. I feel bad though. I knocked him out with a shovel in the last video. Hey, buddy, how you feeling? Here, take that. It's okay. No, you're safe. Come here. You're safe. It's okay. Shh. You're safe. I'm not gonna hit you. Look, you got that. You got it. I have nothing in my hands. You're safe. I know we're working through it.
yeah,
It's okay.
6 feet. 6 feet.
Okay, I'll give you some space. What are you working on, man? What do you got going on in your bay?
I'm working on a Polaris Razor XP.
Sweet.
Just doing a courtesy inspection and an oil change. This guy actually rides his Razor quite a bit. This is the second time I've had it this year, which is pretty uncommon for these. So.
Yeah. And I know a lot of these side-by-sides, it's more of like a mileage package, right? Like it's usually like, however many hours or whatever, you're doing the whole service thing. So are you doing that on this one, or guy just is opting for an oil change?
Just opting for an oil change. No
Okay.
hourly service today, but of course we do offer that kind of stuff.
Yep.
We'll service your transmission, diffs, your belts, spark plugs, the whole 9 yards.
Yep. So yeah, any services, and then bolt-on stuff, lights, roll cages, all that kind of stuff too. So.
Yep.
All right. Well, appreciate it. Thanks for keeping it, pretty calm for this one. Okay. All right. A little weird tension there. All right. I'm glad you're okay, and the hospital visit went well. Wow. There's a cat loose?
Yeah, I made a mess.
Oh, here, take this real quick. Here's a mic. It's gonna be about the same height there.
You compensating? No.
I figured that's good for you. Look at this thing, man. What are we doing here?
New motor.
Something's missing though. What is missing?
The front half.
Okay. All right.
Thing with the logo and
Oh yeah,
don't worry
7
about that.
slots. All right.
yeah. We had a cylinder head issue.
Oh, Cole, pull that close to your head there.
Yeah, we had a cylinder head issue. Instead of just doing one cylinder head, we opted to do the whole engine because we don't know what the condition of the other cylinder head would be.
Yeah.
And it's better, all around for reliability to do the whole thing.
How did we determine there was an issue in the first place?
It had a cylinder misfire on the driver's side, and then we pulled the valve cover. The cams were a little pitted and definitely a further issue.
What are your first steps to figuring that out, though? Are you swapping coil packs, or what are you doing?
Yeah, you can pull the intake, swap a coil pack, check the spark plug, stuff like that. And if it stays on that cylinder, it's definitely an internal
There's obviously
issue.
something in there.
Yeah.
So we're doing a whole new engine then.
Yeah, this is from Mopar, this engine, because it is a JL, so it's the newer. We're able to get parts now, which is awesome.
Which was huge because you could have issues and you couldn't really get anything.
Yeah, you couldn't get cams, you couldn't get rockers, you couldn't get anything, but now they have everything in stock.
Sweet, man. All right, and you're just pulling it all out right now.
No, this is
Going
new.
all in.
This is all new. Yeah.
Okay.
So
so pull out the old one. This one's all going together now.
Yep.
Sweet, man. Love it.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, I'll let you get back to work. What about this one? Let's talk about this one. Apparently you're our engine puller outer and putter inner guy.
Looking at the plethora we have here. I got 3 engines torn apart. This one, Toyota 3.0. It had a burnt valve.
Okay.
Same thing, cylinder misfire. Tried to swap stuff around and ended up pulling this head and found the burnt valve.
Okay.
And generally you do both cylinder heads at the same time. So
we're doing that now then?
Yeah,
just being machined?
Yeah, we're having the heads rebuilt, and then it's going to go back together and another 200,000.
Yeah. How do you feel about this customer in particular?
He's different. I mean, he's got the ARB bumper and stuff, so he's high up there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Appreciate it. We'll let you get back to work. Obviously, you got tons of work you're doing. Jaden, come over here. I got to show you something real quick. Hey, buddy. Take this. Hold that nice and close to your crazy beard you're growing out there.
Yeah.
How long does it take to grow that out?
A while.
Is that your life?
Yeah,
Whole life?
pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just walking through, obviously, just seeing what people are working on. What do you got going on?
This one we did Dobinson front and rear shocks, Z1 off-road upper control arms, I believe Dobinson rear leaf springs as well.
Okay, so lift,
So, yeah, a little
basically,
bit of
pretty
lift,
much, right?
Yeah.
How's it going?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where you at on it? Just obviously.
Just making sure everything's final torque before the test drive, and just finished with the alignment. So.
Heck yeah. All right. Pro 4X. How do you like working on these guys?
They're different for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a new one.
Pretty similar to a Tacoma or whatnot. So.
Okay, sweet, man. All right, we'll let you get back to work. Thanks, bud.
Yep.
See who else we can find. See what else is going on. Oh, hey, our shop, Gorilla.
Oh, hey.
Hey, dude.
Can you hold that for me? I'm busy.
Yeah, I got it. I got you.
What's going on?
Not much. Just seeing what people are doing, what you're working on.
I'm working on the Sprinter van right here. Hey,
Sorry.
down here.
Okay.
We just did an ARB locker in here with fresh pinion and ring gear, all new bearings. So right now I'm working on plumbing airlines and putting in this manifold from Agile Off-Road.
Oh, sweet.
So they make a lot of cool Sprinter van stuff.
What did we re-gear it to? Do you know the
Standard gears. We didn't change the ratio at all.
Oh, okay.
It's 3.923.
Okay.
Extra special because Mercedes.
Yep.
So
Yep. That's fancy.
yeah, fancy.
And then ARB.
ARB air locker.
So where's the compressor and everything going? How do you fit it on these things?
Follow me up to the front. I'll show you guys what I'm.
Do you want to hold this? Because it's heavy,
Sure, I'll
man,
hold
and
on.
I'm not as
Oh,
strong as I
jeez.
used to be. I told you.
Ow.
Told you.
You still look good though.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah,
You know,
so-
I take pride in my.
The air compressor's down here in the corner. We've got an air up fitting here. Currently,
sweet.
he's got his on-off switch right here. We're gonna relocate that to inside with the locker switch in there as well.
Sweet.
So that's what I'm doing. And this is gonna get mounted down here. It's kind of hard to see down here below this air ducting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but you're at that point of just putting that in, and then rear's all done, right? So then just
Yeah,
some
I've got
wiring
my-
and.
Lines ran almost up to the front. They're just down here behind the wheel well, so I'm going to figure out how to get those up into the engine compartment, plumb everything up, and then do some wiring inside and pretty much wrap this thing up here in a few hours and get it out.
You're the man, Charlie. Thanks, bud. Let's see what the heck they're doing. Uh-oh.
Hi.
Show us what you're doing down here real quick.
Well, this is what we call a shakedown. So I'm looking for play in like all these joints. You can see these are moving around while we shake it. So
Yep.
it's a good indicator of some slop in the steering and stuff that we can address and make better.
What are we finding so far on that?
I mean, there's definitely play in these steering components. This track bar is flexing a little bit, but it's not terrible.
Okay.
But you know, it's got this is factory steering, so it's not surprising that it
With
probably
the big tires and everything.
probably needs an upgrade.
Big old wheels.
So,
what did this one come in for though?
it's actually here because the rear locker's having issues. Hold on. Tyler, you're good. It was having rear locker issues, so the light keeps flashing. The locker actually does engage and disengage, but these have a problem with their position sensors that are built in there.
Just a factory locker?
Yeah. So
Okay.
what happens a lot of times actually is there's a little like
Solenoid?
well, it's like a magnetic sensor that senses where the position of the locker is.
Okay.
And inside of there actually will fill with gear oil and the metallic shavings that are in that gear oil, and it throws the sensor off. So
basically it's just lighting up on the dash and there's an issue?
Yeah.
How is he recognizing it?
Yeah, I mean the light on the dash will just keep flashing.
Okay.
So
What's the remedy to that? How are you fixing that?
You either upgrade to a better locker, or you can replace just that switch, and you know, hope for it not to happen again. But unfortunately, it's just kind of an inherent problem with these axles.
Sweet, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Do you ever lay down here and just contemplate life?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
all the time. I take naps under Jeeps. Don't tell anybody.
Cool. Thanks, Alex. That was getting too comfy. Let's head back here and see what else we got going on.
Hello.
What are you doing, dude? You hiding the whole time?
Trying to.
Okay. Trying to find you, dude. You're always doing cool stuff, and you got a XJ Cherokee in your bay.
Yeah, this is probably one of the nicer XJs I've ever seen.
It is nice. What are you doing on it?
I am trying to diag it.
Okay. All right. I'll let you do it. That was all, dude. Okay. Real quick and easy. All right, guys. So that wraps up another typical Wednesday walkthrough. As you see, the point of these videos, again, give you an inside look at the shop, see what some techs are working on.
Hammer beats shovel, Colton. Good night.
Quick question.
Yep.
I was missing in the woods for a while, looking for you. Mm-hmm. Did you even notice I was gone? Be honest.
I did.
Okay. Did you send help?
No,
Why?
I wasn't worried about you. I figured you needed one of those like little mini vacations, you know?
I almost died.
Did you?
There was cougars chasing me for like a good part of 3 days.
I know. They seem like very nice women though, so I didn't think you were in bad hands. Did you like that? Totally derailed your whole video, didn't you?
That was good. Yo.